right, guys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I do have the AC on, so it might be a little loud, but how's everybody doing? Welcome back to another live stream. It's been a little while, man. I was out of town last week, as a lot of you guys know. I went on a mission trip. So, yeah, that was awesome. We got a few people in here. Somebody type 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me okay, or just let me know. It's saying that there's no viewers here. So maybe you guys came in and typed messages and then burned out. Let me know, whoever is here, if you can hear me so I can stop asking. How's everybody doing, though? It is Tuesday. My AC went out of my car today, so I can't catch a break, man. I got 2 cars with no AC and 1 car with no engine. So all 3 of my cars are like not the greatest, but hey, at least I got something to roll around in, huh? Out There Adventures. That's a new name for me. Yo, what's going on? How you doing? Appreciate your videos, my brother. I appreciate you watching them. Mr. X, what's going on, man? How goes it? Hopefully you're doing well. I saw you saw some body oil today. Congratulations. Sheila, what's going on, my friend? How's it going? Susan Phelps. I was just charged an extra fee for someone with eBay account from Lithuania. Did not know because shipping was different address here in the States. How do I check before I accept an offer? You can, if you're on the computer, you can usually see where they're from. I obviously never check to see where somebody's at before I accept an offer, but there should be a way to check that. That sucks though, because you're probably going to pay a lot more on shipping than what what you want to pay. I think you can eliminate places where you don't want to ship to by adding that to your business policies, though. Bobby, what's going on? How are you? Sold 34 from 27 of June. Nice. That's what's up. Let me double check that for you, Susan, on the exclusions. Let's see here. You can go to business policies. And in your business policies, you should be able to, let's see here, edit. Okay, so yeah, you can do exclude shipping locations, and then you can go to your settings. That will be in your shipping settings. Exclude. Let me share my screen so you see what I'm talking about. Okay, so what I did was I went to my business policies, right? This is my business policy. So you can, I have no international shipping turned on, but it still goes to, because eBay international shipping is turned on. So this is like, I don't remember what it used to be called. What did it used to be called? eBay International Standard Delivery. Now it's just eBay International Shipping, the EIS. But this is what I did. I clicked this go to settings button right here to exclude shipping locations. And then it brought me here. So you can turn this on or you can turn it off. So expand your reach and ship to more international locations. Oh no, so I don't want to do that. So cancel that, go back. Exclusion list. Okay, so here you can exclude Europe if you want to, or PO boxes, or you exclude APOs. I'm going to do that because I get tired of doing that one. I don't like it. Printing out customs forms and then boom, save. So whatever you choose to do, whatever exclusions you choose to make, you can do it all from your you can do it from Global Shipping Program. That's what it used to be called, Miss Lachey. You can do it from your actual listings. You can do it from there, or you can do it from your business policies if you have those set up. Hanging in there, sales are great. If she's using global shipping, doesn't she only have to pay to get the item, get to the eBay hub? I see. That's what I don't know. With it being in Lithuania, I would assume that it's going to be not in the global shipping program if she's saying that she's got to pay, she's got to charge an extra fee. I don't know. I see Lithuania listings when I'm checking comps on things, so I'm not really sure what the difference in the price is for a buyer slash seller. Let's see. You can also add to certain international countries that they have to message you for an invoice on shipping. Oh yeah, you can do that too. Glenn Cameron. Hey Marcus, I have a customer who claims his package was stolen, but it is marked as delivered. He is now asking for a refund. He has zero feedback as well. What to do? Never had this happen before. You are good. You're covered. As long as it says that the item was delivered, no gives backsies. Don't give him nothing. Just upload the tracking to the return. I'd assume he hasn't opened a return or something like that yet. But if he opens not a return, but an item not received case, if he opens an item not received case, you upload the tracking to it and you're still good because you've done your part and the listing says it has been delivered. Hello, Mr. Guyman Jr. How goes it? So yeah, those are usually easy to beat because people just be trying to get one off on you. It was only about 50 cents, not much. I just want to make sure next time. Okay, well, yeah, next time, I don't know if you're enrolled in the eBay International Shipping Program, but I would get enrolled in that because that way all you have to do is ship it to a local hub near you. Like mine is in Illinois that I send my packages to, and it's super cheap because it's really close to me. And it doesn't matter what the buyer pays. I pay like a USPS postal label price. Doug, what's going on, man? How you doing? I've been pretty good, just hanging in there, doing my thing, enjoying life, man. Enjoying life. You're welcome. I have not had an APO package for years. How do you ship? What's different? Thanks. Oh, you need a customs form. And I have to then plug in my other printer and print it out on there. And then in order to do it, I got to go through my phone because the printer's linked through my phone and it's just extra steps that I'm not trying to do. Then I have to hand cut the label out and tape it on the package. And I get one every blue moon. It's not worth it. Nope, just scared of international shipping. Guess I need to try. Don't be scared of international shipping. If you're enrolled in that global shipping or eBay international shipping program, it's like shipping out any other package. And then if they want to return it, you are covered because eBay covers the seller. It's like they cover both people. So say they get the item and they want to return it. I don't have any international returns turned on, so I'm covered. They're gonna refund the buyer. They're gonna let me keep the money and everything's golden. If they say the item is not as described, then they can force the return. But if it doesn't fit, you're good. So if they say the item doesn't match description or photos, that's still on eBay because they're supposed to open the package up and make sure what's in there is the right package or the right item, and then they'll ship it out. So, yeah, you're good. APO is very easy for me. Awesome. It's a pain in the butt for me. I ain't messing with it. If I had all my labels coming out of a regular printer still, it probably would be easy for me. It used to be no problem, but when I start using a thermal printer, the APO, the customs forms, comes out like really, really tiny, and it's not scannable. So I just don't even use them. eBay is great for global. I don't shop overseas otherwise. They confirm it and make sure it's not broken. Yep. eBay mug. I don't use this thing very much because it's so big and stupid gaudy. But gotta represent. They did reach out to me asking me to do another video about promotions. You guys want me to do a video on promotions. If they pay me enough, I'll do it though. Because I use promoted listings. What's up, Moochie? How you doing, bro? Now, what my experience for when I went on vacation mode this time around, I didn't do extended handling time. Actually, that's what I did. I didn't do time away. I did extended handling time because I turned on time away mode Wednesday, the week that I left, my sales like jumped off a cliff. So the Friday before I left, I turned time away back on, or time away back off, and then I extended my handling time 10 days, and the sales jumped back up. So I had pretty much close to a regular week while I was away on vacation, and that was pretty awesome because I had like $4,000 worth of sales while I was down there in Charleston. So that was pretty awesome. Um, I just really don't think time away is the way to go because they have that gigantic banner that tells people you're not ready to sell items. Should I just ignore him then or tell him to open an item not received case? I know I'm protected. I would tell him to open an item not received case and then upload the tracking, and then it'll get ruled in your favor. Doug said, thanks for your help in your Patreon group. We learned how to remove inaccurate feedback. We currently have no negative feedback, no negatives and no neutrals. Thanks, Marcus. No problem. I just got a feedback removed right before this call. Buyer said that they hadn't received the item yet and that they messaged the buyer, or that they messaged the seller, but the seller doesn't respond. That don't even sound like me. So I messaged the guy back. He asked me when I was on vacation when the jeans would ship. I told him, hey, I don't know if you noticed that the listing had an extended handling time. I'm out of town right now, but I'll ship it when I get back. The day that I shipped the item is the day he put the negative feedback on there saying that he hadn't received the jeans and that I don't respond to I don't respond to messages. So they removed the feedback because obviously that's a lie. You know what I mean? The jeans haven't even they have till the 5th of July to arrive before it can even be considered that he hasn't received them yet. And I clearly responded back in the messages. So easy removal. Let's see. Sheila says, sure, I'd watch it. Love my thermal printer. Seconds, absolutely. I did have Munbin reach out to me to do a sponsorship. I'm waiting on them to get back on because I've heard a lot of good things about them. I would do a review on them. It would also be nice to have a second shipping station set up, so that way I could have somebody come in and help me ship items on busy weekends. Because I'm shipping out like this weekend when I came back, I shipped out almost 3 days in a row of just hundreds of items. Kind of adds up. If I could have someone else shipping with me, that'd be sweet. Let's see. I do promote it at 2.1. Seems most of my views and buyers are from organic. I'm not a full-time seller, so don't mind the wait. I do 5%. I think 2.1 is going above and beyond those that do 2%, but you're still getting beat out by someone like me that does 5%, which I'm getting beat out by someone that does 10. So it doesn't matter. I mean, I think you definitely have to promote nowadays. There is no like not paying to play. It's not a thing anymore. The good old days don't exist anymore on eBay. You definitely got to promote somewhat. Does that mean that all sales will come from a promotion? No, because Susan just said that they don't. But a lot of mine come from promoted. Do you use feedback removal tool? No, because it's like $30 each feedback removal, and to me, it's not even worth it. Oh, you mean like actually on the eBay? No, I never try to have the feedback removed via eBay's tools. I always talk to a human, because what I figured out is on anytime you try to do anything on chat or anytime you do anything via like the tools that they give you, you won't get the results you're looking for. So I always have them call me. Anytime I need to do anything, I talk to a real person. How much shipping did you have upon your return? How was that? I had hundreds of items to go out. It was a pain, but I got it done. Rich says, have not been here in a while. Hey, how you doing, brother? A lot of people haven't been here in a while. I haven't been here in a while. It's all good. I love sales, but shipping wears me out. I'm promoting it 8 across the board. I love the shipping part of it. It does take a lot of time, but it's the final step in me getting paid. So I'm all the way with it. eBay is losing a lot of resellers. I think some people are leaving, but I don't think it matters because I think more people are showing up to replace them. So every day somebody probably quits selling on eBay, but every day somebody opens up an eBay account. So they're not affected by it. Rob says, just hopping in. Hope your trip was great. I was wondering, have you tried scheduled listings yet? I'm giving it a try now. I don't hear a lot of people talk about it. So I used to do it, but I don't think that it makes any difference if I schedule the listings or if I launch the listings live every day. I do know that Tech and Sports was doing listing from his draft bank for years. When they released the scheduled option, he scheduled his listings out for a couple weeks out, maybe a week or two out, and he said that he didn't like the results. He said that I think he said something about it slowed down his sales or something like that, or I don't truly remember, but I know he stopped doing it. If Tech ain't doing it, I'm not doing it. How about if you have a good item like Peter Millar jackets? Do I need to promote? Probably. Peter Millar's not that great anymore. Question: what are the consequences of INADs at the high and very high level? I'm in the yellow right now. So when you get very high, they slow your traffic down and they charge you an additional 5% final value fees. And you have to sell the items that you need to get out of the low range or out of the high range back into the lower range. And in order to do that, you got to create your own traffic, because they're going to slow your traffic down because you've made it seem like you're not worthy of the traffic they're giving you. And so the best way to do it is to just start selling more items for cheaper money if you can't sell more items at the regular amount. I've noticed that, obviously since I'm slashing prices on items, I sell items way quicker and more. Like my store's shrunk almost 2,000 items in the last 2 months. So you want to get your numbers up, you sell some cheap items, and that'll help. But yeah, and if you sell under 400, which I know you don't, Doug, but if you were to sell under 400 items, you would have to wait a year, or no, I think it's 3 months. But since you sell 400, you get judged on a rolling 20-day or 30-day basis. So every 20th of the month, those should fall down to where it shouldn't bother you too much. Let's see. Facebook is starting to take business from eBay. I don't know about all that, man. It could be. I mean, when I started selling on eBay, Facebook was selling decently, but then it just jumped off a cliff. Especially when I had to get my tax information put in there and they took away my shipping ability. Sales plummeted for me, but when they gave it back, it wasn't worth it. I was just doing so well on eBay that I started to stop selling everywhere. eBay is a constant rotation of sellers. I agree. But you also have to have a good product when selling. It will sell faster. Yes, I just call them when I have issues. So far, great customer service. I agree with everything you said. King's Servant, what's going on, bro? Possibly. It's usually easier to get stuff from eBay, as from my experience, people on Facebook overcharge and there are a ton of people that flake out. That's my experience with Facebook. Facebook is dodgy, flaky. People message and ask if you have the item and then they don't communicate back when you tell them you do have it. I just figured out, man, it's just not worth my time. As you already know, I sell on my own website. Since sales have been sluggish due to the economy, I started selling on Facebook. Today I had 5 sales in less than an hour. That's awesome. Explain how you get $3 profit on a $6 sale, because I'm trying to learn how to ship cheap and profitable. It's the real barrier to entry. I don't know how you would do that. It all depends on what you're buying. So let's see. Share my screen. Share screen. So, for instance, go to the eBay fee calculator. Now let's just say sold the item for $6. I pay $1.50. Let's say I charge $9.99 for the item. Let's just say it ships for $5. I'm gonna make $6.31 off that item, right? And that's with it being promoted at 5%, with my sales tax for my state being taken out of it. So, I mean, the name of the game is to get your items for as cheap as possible, right? So even with me selling an item for $2, people say that I'm not making any profit off it. I'm making $3 off it, and that's at priority shipping. Let's just say I charge $9.99 and I have to pay $7. Now that's when it's going to be $1 profit. But even at that point, I'm still profitable at $1, right? I make the money back that I pay for the item, and I make $1 profit, so I can go buy 2 items because I made my $1.50 back and I made $1. It's $2.09 a pound at my bins, so I can go buy a pound of clothing and a half. So that's a pair of jeans, or that's 2 or 3 t-shirts. You know what I mean? But you got to buy your items for as cheap as you possibly can. Let's see here. Stop sharing. Give this guy a thumbs up. You might just get a sell within 24 hours. I've done it before, and sure enough, bingo bango. Yeah, man, hit that like button. I'll send you super chats to figure that out. You don't got to send super chats. I just showed you how. Doing taxes with Facebook is a mess. I can already imagine. That's why you guys got to use the accounting spreadsheet that I use. There's a link down below in the description, and it made all my bookkeeping the easiest. I only do my numbers like every 3 months now, and it doesn't take that long. Let's see. eBay makes it super simple. It does, because they have all the metrics there for you. Now, if you use like Vendu, you can also use their like analytics back there for tracking your numbers. I just do all mine in my workbook. Facebook was like selling in a dark alley for me. Hey, I got these clothes. You want to buy them? I got these hard goods. You want to buy them? Yeah, that sketchy guy with the trench coat. He's got everything you need. Items are free. Well, there you go, bud. You should be making more money than I am off your items. I only try to sell on Facebook if the item is super heavy or very large, where shipping can be a pain. Otherwise, eBay, Depop, Mercari are the few to focus on, in my opinion. I agree. I've stopped selling on Depop and Mercari. Whatever's listed on Mercari will slowly sell off, but I'm not actively listing on there anymore. Low buy cost and shrewd shipping. I don't recommend calculated shipping. My buy cost is $1.42. I don't recommend calculated shipping either. I recommend doing a flat rate shipping. King Servant, I sell much cheaper on Facebook because all my sales there are local, and it is free advertisement for my website. Plus, I make bigger profits selling 50% off of retail, similar to Marcus. Bada bing, bada boom. That makes sense. It's very situational, but can be a great opportunity for sales. Do you feel like having your own website is worth it compared to the loss of traffic compared to eBay? That's a really great question. I know, especially like if you're like Paul Cantu or someone where you have your own like Shopify store, but you drive so much traffic to it from your YouTube channel, I know it probably doesn't matter to him. But when it's someone like me, you know, with like no not like he would. I would not be able to drive traffic to my eBay store from my YouTube, or from a Shopify store from my YouTube channel. I don't even share my eBay store on YouTube because it definitely does not help me. I have 2.6 thousand followers from YouTube on my eBay store, and none of you guys shop with me. It doesn't help me whatsoever to share my eBay store, so I stopped sharing it. Although it's absolutely the easiest store in the world to find. I probably asked this before, but if I list 80 every day, in theory, if my store doubles, I would double my sales. If the items are still the same, or maybe sell the same number of items, but my ASP increases. In theory, no, because just because you double your listings doesn't mean your sales are going to double. At least not right away. It's going to take a long time, maybe 3 months, to catch up to the 80 a day, right? So if you're listing 80 every day and you're not selling 80 every day, you're going to have to give it 2 or 3 months, maybe 6 months to catch up to what you're doing with everything staying the same with the items that you're listing. If you start going to 80 a day and you start listing lower quality items, it's going to take even longer for your items to catch up in sales. If you start listing 80 a day every day, but you pick up better items, yeah, your items you can sell more items quicker and your ASP would raise. Um, the thing to understand, if you want to sell more items, you got to pull out all the bells and whistles. That means markdowns, coupons, um, good prices, great items, be more willing to accept offers, all those things. But at the end of the day, it's just a matter of patience, right? If you start listing at 80 every day and you want to double your sales, you're just going to have to be patient with it, because the algorithm is going to need to catch up with what you're doing. Your store size is going to need to also grow. But for me, I start listing 30 a day, and then I start doing these markdown sales and everything like that, and I start selling like 100 a day. So, it's a volume thing for me. Dix's Pickens, I met one of my Facebook buyers local 2 hours ago. The seller liked me so much she gave me $2 extra. Nice. Good job. Do you mark up your prices on items you list on Poshmark? Man, sometimes I'll do it like an extra like $5, or an extra couple bucks. At the end of the day, Poshmark is just for liquidating stuff for me. Honestly, I'm not really like trying to maximize my profits on Poshmark. Why is the most simplest stuff in life the hardest to do? Even the numbers support that most people just work 9 to 5 or worse. I'm not really sure exactly what you mean by that, buddy. You mean like when it comes to eBay or working a 9 to 5, it's better to work a 9 to 5? Is that what you're saying? I mean, for some people, probably. I definitely make way more money on eBay than I would at a 9 to 5. Yes, it's worth it. It's a lot of work, but rewarding. You have to think like a brand and sell in more than one place. I sell on many different platforms. Majority are local sales. What are you selling? Rich? Yes, Facebook peeps definitely overcharged. I can't sell my stuff that high. Not that I don't think it's worth it. I just know what the market is willing to pay. Well, I agree with that. I was a try to get all the money all the time type of guy, but at the end of the day, your sales are like pretty much non-existent right now with the economy the way it is. If you're trying to get all the money all the time, always. Um, Now I still get full price sales sometimes, uh, but for the most part, most of my sales sell with a coupon or some type of offer that I've received or either I've sent, or they're buying outright. But like I said, the coupon's getting applied to it. King Servant says, I went full time a few months ago and I'm able to figure out full time. Started doing a larger listing goal each day, but I'm just now starting to see the jump in sales 2.5 to 3 months later. See, that's what I was saying. It usually takes about 3 months. In my experience, anytime that I've jumped up my listing goal, it always took me about 3 months to notice the change from it. I respect it. What do you sell? Yeah, I just asked what he sells. My goal is to make as much profit as I can. I always look for ways to cut costs. I came from corporate retail, so I learned. Awesome. Susan says she found that if I post every day the same or more, I get sales. Weird. You definitely get the best results by listing every day. It is not necessary to list every day to sell every day, but it's definitely optimal. Um, while I was on vacation, there was 2 days that I didn't list at all. My sales were slow that day, but I still had over $300 each day in sales. So, I mean, it's definitely not nothing. But when I'm listing every day, I have closer to 600 plus a day in sales. Miss Lachey says, have you been able to locate all your items in inventory with end and sell similar, or has it been a pain? I haven't had any issues yet. For those of you guys that don't know, I did start ending and selling similar, but that's because I started using auto posture. So they end the listings and sell similar for me. I haven't had any items that I haven't been able to find yet, but if I come across that, I'll probably just cancel the order. I'll message the buyer and be like, hey, I need to cancel this order. What's up? See if they'll let me. So far, so good. Everyone's scared of starting a business, so they just work factory jobs for life when eBay or any business seems like the obvious logical choice. I 100% agree. You can't be scared, man, in this day and age, right? There's so many ways to just start a business. It's never been more easier to start a business than now. You literally need $0, right? You can start a YouTube channel with nothing, just a phone and some information. You can do eBay with stuff you got laying around the house. They fee net everything, so you don't need any money up front. It's never been more easier to start a business than it is now. And I think a lot of people just they got stuck in that mode of the industrial age where you need to go to school to get a good education so you can get a good job. While yeah, there's still jobs out there for people that go to school for it. Look at most of the people that have gotten student loans. They're racked up on debt and they are not even working in an industry that they went to school for. So it sounds like a loss to me, Unfortunately, it's just not the way it is anymore. Let's see. Sometimes you just need a day off. Sometimes, though, after listing multiple days, so views do go down. Sometimes, yeah, you do need a day off, but those days that I didn't list, I was just busy. Like I wasn't on vacation. I was on a mission trip. But I mean, I did call it vacation because I went to go see some beautiful sights. But those days that I didn't get to list were working and busy all day long from, early in the morning to like 10 o'clock at night. And I came home I came back to the hotel room and just went to sleep. Corporate retail, you should have all the head knowledge you need. Any tips? It's a good question too. Have you tried Bonanza? No, I haven't tried Bonanza. Everybody that I know that uses Bonanza says it's like the slowest of all platforms. So yeah, I'm selling everything. I do liquidation. Starting in a couple of weeks, I will be selling thrift clothing, getting free clothes. That's what's up. If you can get free clothes, that's great. That's easy money. Way to go. I love auto posture. It's thumbs up. Bobby likes it. That's what's up. I don't like how when you relist, they don't have your promotions on there. But other than that, I think it's okay. It takes 2 to 3 months for eBay to reindex anytime we make a change. Why'd you stop using Flip? I stopped using Flip because I started using auto posture. And Flip doesn't cross list my items for me. So auto posture does cross list my items. It ends and sells similar without breaking the chain of the listing. So that was the reason why I wasn't ending and selling similar, because when I end and sell similar, it's got a new ID number, right? So from me ending a listing on eBay to selling similar on it, Vendu would lose that item. So now it would be double listed. So if it sold, it would double sell, right? Whereas on auto posture, when I end the item and sell similar, it's still linked together. So if the item sells, it will still delist the item. That's why I started using auto posture. And Flip, it just didn't make any sense to keep paying for it when auto posture does everything. So needs to share secrets on free clothes, right? You have to act as a change agent for your business. People are afraid of change, even resellers who have been doing this for a long time. If you can't change, you can lose. I agree. You've always got to be willing to pivot and make changes to adapt to the way that things are going. Things are definitely changing. They're not going to stop. So instead of pricing items low and using more aggressive markdown coupons, etc., won't all the items eventually sell with offers? I mean, eventually, it's just how fast do you want to sell the item? How about that USPS price increase, bro? I'm feeling it. I definitely noticed a difference. So I went from using almost no flat rate envelopes to using flat rate envelopes again, because for like a 2-pound pair of jeans to like California or like Washington or Oregon or somewhere like that on the Pacific Northwest, it's charging me like $13, almost $14 just to ship that item. So with a flat rate envelope, it's $8.18 for me to ship that item. So I'm using that. Ground Advantage, it's like $7.34 to ship jeans out at the highest. and at the lowest it's like $5. So I'm okay with that, but it's just the further away it is, man, the less I can use priority or ground advantage. I mean, I got to use priority flat rate envelopes. Right now, I have so much space. I don't want to sell fast. You don't have to sell fast if you don't want to, bro. If you got enough items listed to where you can sell items in the capacity that you want to sell them, Tekken Sports, for example, 35 or 50,000 items listed. He was selling 250 a day. If you can store that many items to sell 250 a day, then go for it. Michael says, you want to see slow, try selling on E-Crate. I don't know what that is. E-Crater? Never even heard of that. That's why the sales are slow. Nobody knows about it. It's all about the items you have. Buying stuff to just put in your store isn't the way to do it. You need to learn what items, brands, etc. sells. Items should be selling themselves. Exactly. If you're picking up items that you have to like pull out all the bells and whistles to sell for, expect slower sales. I mean, eventually everything will sell, but you got to do like I'm doing and pretty much just sell the item for like 70-80% off. If it's an item that you should have never listed, and that's what I did. I bought a whole bunch of items because I was doing 90 a day, right? I was just trying to grow my store and just do volume. But then I put a bunch of items in my store that, yeah, that would sell, but it would take 2 years to sell them. So here I am 2 years later, everything's 80% off that shouldn't be in my store, and I'm just getting rid of it as quick as I can. And I've sold like 2,000 items in the last 2 months by doing that, but it's 2,000 items that should have never been in my store. You know what I mean? I own a small junk removal business. This is the best place to get inventory cheap. Yeah, those are picking up in popularity as well. So I don't know about your neck of the woods, but here there's junk removal businesses everywhere. I'm not saying that it's still not lucrative, but definitely a lot of people doing it. When you talk to people, let them know what you do and just tell them when they are cleaning out their closet to keep you in mind. Family, friends, friends of friends, networking. Yeah. Most of the time people know that what I'm doing, so they want to charge me for it. I will list an item market above for a markdown of 35%. Once listed, I will do promotion work. So what you're saying is you list the item and you mark it up at 35%, or you I don't know. I don't think the listing an item above the market price and then running a sale works for me. I'd rather just list the item at the market price and then let somebody use the 10% off coupon and sell it really quickly. She needs to fix the promotion tab on auto posture. She needs to put it on her list of things. She is working on multiple listings right now. I hear. I don't know who she is. Who's she? The owner of it? Keep doing your thing, bro. Thank you, Francois. Appreciate it. Networking is the key. Totally agree. Got to have a few people that will think of you just to get more inventory. I've been using UPS a lot more since the shipping hikes. Seems to be cheaper on certain weights. I did have an order of 30 items. I got by 30 pairs of jeans. Then I had another person buy 19 sweatshirts from me. And those two orders did go out UPS because it was like $80 to ship the jeans out in one box, and then the 19 sweatshirts is going to be like $72. But with UPS, they're both like $30 to ship. So that's a dub. So when it makes sense for me to go to UPS, I'm going to start using that, because I did notice that a lot of items are $7.17 on UPS ground. And since I have standard or economy shipping set up, I can ship the item whatever way I want to ship it. Whatever is the cheapest for me. So I'll probably be using a lot of UPS lately, or coming up as well. Just the thing for me is on Monday mornings, I can't get to UPS before I leave town to go to the bins. So I'll probably have to start shipping all the UPS items on Sunday night before 4. UPS is open on Sunday until 4 p.m. Let's see. Good to see you. I've enjoyed using Ground Advantage. Have to pay for a poly, but price is worth it. Yeah, I just bought 1,000 poly bags. at one time, just because I've been shipping out so many items lately. It doesn't make sense for me. I was buying 2 packs of like 200 at a time, but now since I'm doing a lot of shipping, I just bought a box of 1,000 for like $50. For USPS Ground Advantage from Florida to California is charging me about $9.50. But wow, were you shipping priority cubic? No. So $9.50 still costs more than a flat rate envelope, which is my point. So when it's 2 pounds from me to Washington or Oregon or something like that, it was like 12 to 13 bucks. Or I could do 8.50. And now that was for a priority though. I want to make that clear. That was for priority. For Ground Advantage, it was about 9.50, but like I said, 8.50 or 8.18 is still cheaper than Ground Advantage in a flat rate envelope. So that's what I was saying. It's cheaper to use a flat rate envelope than to ship at Ground Advantage. I'm not paying 9.50 when I could pay 8.18. How you doing, Hickory Springs? Hope you're doing well. Also, go to the garage sales, hand out a business card to people and tell them to call you if they don't sell the items. Offer them some money. Usually they tell you to take it for free. We have a thrift store down here that my brother works at, it's a treatment facility, rehab facility, and everybody calls them. They come with big old box trucks and they pick it up and everybody calls them to do it. So like they literally have so much inventory that they burn it because they can't sell it all. Yeah, places like Ecuador and eBig are Equator and eBig are like eBay, but very slow like molasses. I've never heard of either one of these places. Do you think delisting and relisting will speed up sales? I don't know. I think it definitely helped things out while I was gone out of town, because on days where I wasn't listing, I still had like 100 items a day being listed. Now, I know for a fact that ending and selling similar does not work as well as if you were to just list brand new items. I know that for a fact, but you can still see some type of results doing it. It's definitely not the optimal solution. So I think I'm noticing that items that I'm relisting are selling because they're listing the prices that they're selling for are the relisted price. Because when I end and sell similar, I have auto posture set up to decrease the price for 10% off. So the items, say it's a $25 item, it's selling for $22.50 with 10% off. So I know it's one of the relisted items. Brother, if you can get the bankroll and you got an obvious good work ethic, have you considered going into real estate or another industry? I have. I'm just not there yet. Are you doing anything different with your sourcing now? Nope. Still going to the bins and yard sales and sometimes the thrift stores, but most of the time it's just the bins. I go to the yard sales on the weekend. It's all about being nice, having empathy, and turn on a little charm. Hey, Nikki. I agree. It's been nice to meet new people in my area doing the same thing, but with different categories. Could you just ship out the UPS packages in town when your bins closes for lunch? I don't source locally. I drive all the way to St. Louis from the town that I'm at. I could probably take them to St. Louis with me, but then they hit you with that drop shipping claim because you're not shipping from your zip code. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try it if I have to, but I don't know. It's definitely an issue, or else I would have been doing it already by now. Yep, owner of Auto Posture, Nia. Nia is her name? Okay. Marking up the item and then marking it down to 35% is what retailers do. Sears did it, and look where they are now. Online, it may work. In person, not so well. People watch markets. Yeah, I don't think that it's definitely something that I would do. Not worth it. I agree with meeting new people. You have to be like a stockbroker. Get there before the other person, be early. Right. It's that Bucky's in the background. Yeah, I went crazy at Bucky's. I got a Bucky's blanket and a Bucky's pillow, and I got a Bucky's coffee mug. Um, what else did I buy at Bucky's? A bunch of random crap, dude. I spent like $122 in there. And then on the way back from the mission trip, I stopped in there again and spent like another $50. I love Bucky's. I ship outside my zip code all the time and haven't had an issue. Didn't know the drop shipping claim was a thing. It was talked about a lot in the Daily Refinement and Tech and Sports group that people that would ship out of their zip code all the time would get hit for that would shadow ban them, saying something about drop shipping. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but if there's enough of a risk involved, then I'm not doing it. People probably do it all the time, but this is all I do for money, so I'm not really trying to do that. I end and sell similar quite often. It puts me higher in the search. Yeah, higher in the search, but does it convert more? There was a guy that was in text group that did nothing but end and sell similar for a month. Their sales dropped 80%. So yeah, while you can still have a 20% success rate, I don't think that I would rely on that as a way to do my business. Vaccine, what's going on? How you doing? Did you have any downtime in Charleston? Favorite thing you did or saw besides Bucky's? So Charleston didn't have Bucky's. That was in Tennessee. But my favorite thing that I saw was the beach. We went to a couple of different beaches. They're all really nice. But I just love the ocean. I love going to the ocean. I love swimming in the ocean. It's just a vibe. But they had a pretty cool downtown scene. I just love the way the beach side towns look, the ocean side towns with the different colored buildings and just their whole actually I would say that the church, Seacoast Church, where Brandon Lake is a member of, I would say that was the best. That place is huge. It's like a gigantic, like, I don't know, big like a mall. But that was awesome. But other than that, yeah, the beaches. But the town is just beautiful all around. There's just so much money there. It was a beautiful place to visit too. I mark up my items 20% above the market and add a 20% off coupon. Works for me. The last 3 things I bought from eBay were drop shipped from Amazon. Nice. Keep up the work, bro. Heading out. Excited to see you back. God bless. Yeah, thank you. Have a good one, man. Ground Advantage, USPS flat rate. I'm in Texas and in the middle of the country. No problem so far. I'm making a little as well. Yeah, if I'm shipping from here to Texas, I'm making money. If I'm shipping from here to Oregon, I'm not going to make as much money. But my prices are built into where I can ship anywhere in the U.S. and still not lose money on shipping. Unless it's like just egregiously, overweight, it's going to, probably charge me something. But at that point, it's probably not going to be something I sell. Because even with jackets, I'm charging $15 to ship a heavy jacket. Auto posture, when it relists, she does something different. It makes it like a new item listed. Yeah, but if it's still the same pictures, at the end of the day, eBay's not stupid. You know what I mean? It's still the same listing, just everything's staying the same. It's not really a new listing. Charleston, South Carolina, nice. I live nearby. Cool place. Yeah, it is real nice. If it wasn't so expensive, I'd move there, but it's like the cheapest house is like $600,000. Unless you're in the hood, which even then it's like $400,000. I love the beach as well. Would love to have a beach house for sure. Yeah, I would too. That'd be like the dream. I forgot to mention to everyone, if you're considering building your own online store or website, learn SEO. That would be the hardest part. I could see that, but like with doing SEO for like YouTube and like eBay already, because like we're already trying to optimize our listings the best to be found in search, and you do that for YouTube videos as well. Although I don't really try to do that with my eBay channel. I do try to do that for my Christian channel. But with like eBay, you could put like some stupid title in there, like I bought everything they had, and people are going to click on that. That's not a searchable title. That's a title that piques interest, You know what I mean? But as far as like converting that over to like a listing, trying to make that sell, that's not going to work. You can't put a shirt on eBay and say you want to buy this shirt. You know, nobody's going to click on that. But as far as like SEO on YouTube videos, that's going to work well. But yeah, I'd imagine that there are some definite SEO things that go into building an online website. There are some cheaper spots in the suburbs like Somersville or Goose Creek and still 30 minutes away from the beach. But yeah, housing prices have gone through the roof in the past years. Yeah, we traveled to Somerville. I didn't go as far as Goose Creek, but I did meet somebody that said that they lived there. They said that the living was more affordable there. Um, but yeah, they're doing all that gentrification stuff over there. So they're like tearing all the houses down and rebuilding them and or doing all the, fixing up the stuff. So from what I heard, a lot of people from California are moving out there, and from the East Coast, like from New York and more expensive cities, are moving down there. So they're able to get the money for it. I get it, and it's a nice place to live. So I up the price of what I want from the item, then do a promotion of the markup. When I did that, the item sold the same day. I'm still not sure exactly what you mean. I up the price of what I want for the item. So say what you list it for $20, but you want $30 for it. So you mark it for $30. I'm not. I don't get it. And I probably should understand it, but I think the way you're wording it doesn't make sense to me. So if I want $30 for the item, if it sells on a markdown, what I mark it up to $40, and then I put it on a markdown. And your promotion, you do a promotion on the markup. I don't know, guys. If anyone understands what she means, please explain, because I feel real stupid trying to figure it out. 100% plus Volvo and Boeing coming here raised the population a lot. Glad you got to experience the low country, though. Yeah, man, it's beautiful there. It's very beautiful there. And they got some good restaurants there. A lot of food places there, man. Like, not fast food either. Like, a lot of restaurants, like, really great, like, one-off restaurants to eat at. So yeah, if you guys got any more questions, make sure you put them in the chat. We're running close to the end of time here. Let me do something here on the back end of things. I got to do something for my other YouTube channel real quick. If you guys are not subscribed to my Christian YouTube channel and you are Christians, make sure you go over and subscribe to it. It's simply my name, Marcus Dixon. We're almost at 11,000 subs. I'd love to have you there. It's today the second. Okay, I'm back, Jack. All right, so with prices going up on shipping, keep in mind they'll probably go up in another 6 months when Christmas comes, or another 5 months rather. So be aware, no cheaper out there. So you're going to have to be mindful of the price you charge for shipping, the price you buy your items at, the cost of shipping supplies and everything. So start being mindful that there's going to be items that eventually get priced out of buying. You know what I mean? Charge $9 for it for shipping. Like a t-shirt, you're going to have slow sales on t-shirts if you're charging $10 on shipping. I do sell t-shirts that have made their way into my standard shipping policy that is $9.99. I do sell t-shirts, but they sell for a really low offer because the buyer's trying to make up for the fact that I'm charging $10 for shipping on them. Take the amount you really want for the item, then add 35%. Post it at that price, then do a mark. It works that well. I mean, people have great results with it. I'm not saying don't do it, but in my experience, I sell way more items, pricing the item at the market value, and letting a buyer buy it for 10% off. I'd rather do that 50 times in one day than doing 2 sales in a day. Oh, do you mean you mark the price? For example, you want 30, so you price it. You charge $5 to $10 higher. That's what I'm thinking she's saying. All right, Mr. X, take it easy, my friend. We do have morning call tomorrow. And there was a replay to this morning's call too. So I don't know if you caught that or not. But yeah, to each their own. If you want to do a markdown sell, a fake sell, do your thing. If it works for you, all power to you. It's just in my experience, it doesn't work well when I have jeans that are priced at $30 around mine, and then I mark the item up, right, to bring it down to $30. But then the buyer, the other options have a coupon that you can still buy the item for cheaper than mine at, or I don't know. I don't know. If it's working for you, continue doing it. I just know that if I'm a buyer, I'm going to buy the other items because to me, it looks very obvious that it's, and I guess it's because I'm a seller. I guess it's because I know what's going on. When I see an item marked up so high and then it's drastically on sale, I think that I think that it's obvious what's going on, but maybe the average buyer doesn't know that. Metavlog, what's going on? How you doing? At the end of the day, it's like James was saying when it comes. And speaking of James, the card, the Ben's Thrifter card is out. Make sure you guys go get you one on James's eBay store. I think he's giving me like $2 each card, except for like the autographed cards. It's a little bit higher, but hey, if you guys want to show some love and support a fellow reseller, you can do that by hitting up James's store and buying one of these cards. I don't know who the next person is that he's doing this with, but he's doing this with other people. So I think it's a great way for him to give back to the community, get the community involved, and then also help out one of your favorite resellers if the person that he adds on there is one of your favorite resellers. So yeah. Monegro Negro, what's going on? From New Jersey, welcome. Easy person sales will differ from maybe every person sales will differ from person to person due to unique selling experiences. I agree. I'm trying to move as many units as fast as I can to make as much money as I can. Too high of pricing will scare potential buyers off, maybe. I agree. Especially if your item's like $25 more than the next person on a $100 item. Brian, what's going on? Hey, Marcus and everyone, had my first defective return where the buyer sent a different item back. It was the same soccer jersey down to the brand and player, but the sizes were off. Yeah, you'll find that, man. Only thing you can do now is just refund 50% of the sales price and take the L. eBay does not side with the seller in that circumstance. They always side with the buyer. I've had people rip me off a couple of times doing that. But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. I think in my whole 20,000 items that I've sold on eBay, 3 times that's happened to me. 4 times, but the person did pay me back on PayPal because they meant to send the item to a different person. They just opened up the return under the wrong person. So they made it right on PayPal, but 3 times I've gotten ripped off. So, I mean, it happens. There are a lot of crappy people out there, and some of them shop on eBay and return fake items. So, sorry that happened to you, bud. If it's still, the same kind of jersey, like you said, just a different size, just flip it again. Make sure it's real, though. That was supposed to be each, not every. Okay, gotcha. Let's get rich off eBay. I would love to. Hey, Derek, what's going on, bro? How you doing? So, yeah, thank you guys for showing up. What's the focus for July? The same as I did in June. Just continue to try and pump as many items out the door as possible, source the best items that I can, and to just, keep the ball rolling during summer slowdown. You say it all the time, what works for me may not work for you. That's right. I reacted too quickly and reported the buyer to eBay before doing the 50%. Unfortunately, the one they sent back was splattered with bleach stains. That's crazy. Yeah, when it comes down to that, you definitely got to keep your cool, because reporting the buyer does not help you get your money back. It doesn't matter what you do. You got to just refund them their 50% and keep it moving. Do you have any video that helps me to go back to top seller? Don't know how I'm below standard. Did you cancel a bunch of orders for item out of stock or item damaged or something like that? Everybody go check out ATL Flipper's channel. Yeah, definitely. There's blown up in the last couple months. Well, last 6 months. Go check him out. Before you leave, Marcus, what is your strategy that helped you get more sales? 50% off all items after 6 months. So I did just an extreme aggressive markdown for anything over a year old. Yeah, it went down to 80% off. But then anything over 45 days old got marked down 20% off. Anything over 60 days old got marked down like 35% off. It just got more and more aggressive as it got older. So I mean, you end up selling a lot of items quickly, but you do end up selling some items that would go for like $20, $25 for like 15, 10. So I mean, if you're not willing to take that much of a loss on items, then don't do it. My risk tolerance might not be your risk tolerance. You know what I mean? Yes, from out of stock. Yeah, don't do that. Don't cancel any items for out of stock. Find a reason to get the buyer to cancel the order. If you don't have it, message the buyer and say, hey, I don't have this item. Would you like to choose another item from my store? And if they say no, just give me a refund. You can then cancel the order for buyer asked to cancel. This doesn't mean that eBay won't go back and read the message and find out that you really canceled the order for and you don't have it. They can still hit you after the fact, but it's much more rare than them just giving you the defect right off the flip. Does it usually pick back up in August on eBay? This is my 9th month. I started last October. Yeah, usually starts to pick up towards the end of October and beginning of September. But like I said, man, I haven't, and I'm not saying this in a braggadocious way because I don't want my sales to slow down by bragging, but me doing these markdowns and stuff has kept my sales. My sales are up compared to being down. So last month I did 14,000. Not last month. In May I did 14,000 on eBay. This last month I did almost 18,000. So it's definitely working. Let's see. He had a Kohl's clearance sale. Yeah, I did. But I think you make more money that way because of sell through. Yeah, absolutely. I made way more money. I only made like $4,000, almost $5,000 profit the month before, and then last month I made $8,000. So, and it's going up this month. So hopefully I'll be back up to the $10,000 profit mark each month. Just double checking. Do you need an eBay storefront to do markdowns? Yep, you definitely do. They can go back. Yeah, I know. That's what I just said. Any advice on how to fix this? Yeah, don't cancel orders for item out of stock. Message the buyer, ask them if they want a different item from your store. If they said no, ask them what they want you to do. Usually they'll say, just give me my refund, and boom, you can cancel the order for buyer asked to cancel. Easy fix. I didn't have access without a store. Yep, you got to get a store. But it's worth it, man. You pay what? 15, whatever. I don't know what the lowest store amount is. It's worth it. Whatever it is, you'll make it up in sales just from having a markdown option. I promise you it's worth it. So, all right, guys, I got to go. Got to do my thing. Take it easy. That's going to do it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Till then, let's make this